The world held its breath. Cameras flashed. Pope Luis Antonio Tagle, a figure of humility and warmth, stepped forward. His smile, both gentle and strong, reached millions across the globe. This was a new dawn for the Catholic Church, a moment of profound hope. The weight of the papacy rested on his shoulders, yet he seemed to carry it with grace. His presence radiated a sense of peace, a peace that promised change, a peace that whispered of unity. This was more than just a new leader. This was the start of a new chapter, a chapter filled with the promise of renewal and the unwavering strength of faith. Pope Tagle, a beacon of hope, had arrived. The Vatican City hummed with anticipation. Pilgrims from every corner of the world gathered in St. Peter's Square. They carried with them a mix of emotions: curiosity, excitement, reverence. Above all, there was hope. The air crackled with energy. Banners of different languages fluttered in the breeze. A shared faith united the diverse crowd. They were there to witness history. They were there to welcome a new era. Pope Tagle's election was a surprise to some, but for many it was an answer to their prayers. He was a symbol of change, a champion of the poor and marginalized. He represented a church that listened. Silence fell over St. Peter's Square as Pope Tagle approached the microphone. His eyes, full of compassion, scanned the sea of faces before him. He spoke, his voice soft yet steady, carrying across the vast space. His words were not merely heard, they were felt. He spoke of love, a love that transcended borders and differences. He spoke of unity, a unity that embraced diversity as a strength. He spoke of hope, a hope that blossomed even in the darkest of times. His message resonated deeply with the crowd. Heads nodded in agreement. Tears streamed down faces. He was speaking directly to their hearts, acknowledging their struggles and offering them solace. His words were a soothing balm on a world weary from division and strife. "We are called to be the light in a world often shrouded in darkness," Pope Tagle proclaimed. His words, simple yet profound, echoed through the square. They were a call to action, a reminder of the Church's mission to be a beacon of hope and compassion. He spoke of the need for dialogue, for understanding, for empathy. "Unity and diversity is our strength. Let us embrace it with open hearts," he urged. His vision was clear: a church that welcomed all, a church that embraced the richness of its global family. His message of unity resonated far beyond the walls of the Vatican. It was a message that transcended religious boundaries, a message that spoke to the very core of humanity's shared desire for peace and understanding. A bridge of love. Pope Tagle's vision extended beyond the church walls. He saw the world as a vast community, interconnected and interdependent. His mission was not confined to the spiritual realm, but extended to the very fabric of human existence. He spoke passionately about global issues: poverty, climate change, social injustice. These were not abstract concepts to him, but real, pressing concerns that affected millions of lives. He believed that the Church had a moral obligation to address these issues head-on. These were not just political issues for him, they were matters of the heart. He often said that to ignore the suffering of others was to ignore the very essence of our humanity. His empathy was palpable, and his actions spoke louder than words. He challenged the world to build bridges of love and understanding. He envisioned a world where people of different backgrounds could come together, united by a common purpose. He believed that love was the most powerful force for change. He called for concrete action to address the plight of the marginalized and the suffering of the earth. He urged people to go beyond mere words and take tangible steps to make a difference. His visits to refugee camps and his support for environmental conservation were testaments to his commitment. His words were not those of a distant leader, but of a brother, a fellow traveler on this shared journey. He made it a point to connect with people on a personal level, to understand their struggles and their dreams. His humility and approachability made him a beloved figure. His message of love resonated with people from all walks of life, whether they were young or old, rich or poor. His words touched their hearts. He had a unique ability to inspire and uplift, to make people believe in the possibility of a better world. He reminded the world that true faith was not passive. It was an active force for good, a catalyst for positive change. He encouraged people to live their faith through actions, to be the change they wished to see in the world. His teachings were a call to action, a challenge to make a difference. He challenged the world to move beyond rhetoric and embrace a love that was tangible, a love that transformed lives. His legacy is a testament to the power of love and compassion, a reminder that we all have a role to play in building a better world. His vision continues to inspire and guide us, urging us to build bridges of love and understanding in our own lives. Answering the call. Pope Tagle's words ignited a spark of hope in the hearts of millions. He spoke directly to the youth, urging them to be the change-makers of the world. He challenged them to be bold in their faith, to be fearless in their pursuit of justice. He reminded them that they were not the future of the Church, they were the present. Their voices mattered. Their actions had the power to shape a better tomorrow. His call to action resonated deeply with young people around the world. They saw in him a leader who understood their hopes and fears, a leader who believed in their power to make a difference. A global embrace. The world watched with bated breath as Pope Tagle delivered his historic address. News outlets around the globe broadcast his words live, translating them into countless languages. Social media erupted with messages of support and admiration. World leaders praised his message of unity and hope. Religious figures from different faiths expressed their admiration for his vision. Ordinary people from all corners of the globe shared their own stories of faith and hope, inspired by his words. The world had rarely witnessed such a unified response to a single event. It was as if Pope Tagle's message had touched a universal chord, reminding humanity of its shared values and its common yearning for a more just and compassionate world. The path forward. Pope Tagle's first address signaled a new era for the Catholic Church. His words resonated deeply, not just within the walls of the Vatican, but across the globe. It was a call to action, a plea for unity, and a vision for a future where the Church would play a pivotal role in addressing the world's most pressing issues. An era defined by dialogue, compassion, and a renewed commitment to social justice. Pope Tagle emphasized the importance of listening to one another, of understanding different perspectives, and of working together to build a more just and compassionate world. He believed that through open dialogue and genuine compassion, the Church could bridge divides and heal wounds. His papacy was not without its challenges. The Church faced numerous issues, from internal conflicts to external criticisms. There were moments of doubt and uncertainty, but Pope Tagle remained steadfast. He understood that true leadership meant facing adversity head-on and finding strength in moments of weakness. But he faced them with the same quiet strength and unwavering faith that had endeared him to millions. His humility and genuine care for people shone through in every interaction. Whether he was praying in solitude or engaging with the faithful, his presence was a source of comfort and inspiration. He knew that the path ahead would be long and arduous. The journey towards a more inclusive and compassionate Church was not an easy one. It required patience, perseverance, and a deep-rooted faith in the goodness of humanity. Pope Tagle often spoke of the importance of staying the course, even when the road seemed uncertain. But he was not daunted. His determination was evident in every step he took. He moved forward with a clear vision and a steadfast resolve, knowing that the journey, though challenging, was worth every effort. His confidence inspired those around him to believe in the possibility of a brighter future. He drew strength from the countless prayers of the faithful around the world. These prayers were a testament to the unity and solidarity of the global Church. They served as a reminder that no matter the challenges, the faithful stood together, supporting one another through prayer and action. He drew inspiration from the gospel message of love and hope. The teachings of Christ were his guiding light, providing him with the wisdom and courage needed to navigate the complexities of his papacy. The message of love, compassion, and hope was at the heart of his vision for the Church. His vision was clear, a Church that was truly a home for all, a place where everyone, regardless of their background or circumstances, could find solace and belonging. He envisioned a Church that welcomed diversity and celebrated the unique contributions of each individual. A Church that was a beacon of hope in a world often shrouded in darkness. In times of despair and uncertainty, the Church would stand as a symbol of hope and resilience. It would be a guiding light, leading people towards a future filled with promise and possibility. He knew that the journey would be filled with challenges, but he faced them with unwavering faith and a heart full of hope. His leadership was a testament to the power of faith and the enduring strength of the human spirit. With every step, Pope Tagle moved forward, guided by his faith and the unwavering support of the faithful. Together they embarked on a journey towards a brighter, more inclusive future for the Church and the world. Legacy of Hope. Pope Tagle's first address marked the beginning of a new chapter in the history of the Catholic Church. His words resonated deeply with millions, signaling a shift towards a more inclusive and compassionate era. The atmosphere was electric, filled with anticipation and a sense of renewal. As he spoke, his message was clear. The Church would no longer be a distant institution, but a beacon of hope and unity for all. A chapter defined by its commitment to unity, its embrace of diversity, and its unwavering pursuit of social justice. Pope Tagle emphasized the importance of coming together, regardless of race, creed, or background. He envisioned a world where everyone could find a place within the Church's embrace, a sanctuary where differences were celebrated rather than condemned. His vision extended beyond the walls of the Vatican, reaching into communities worldwide, encouraging acts of kindness and solidarity. His legacy would be one of hope, a hope that transcended religious boundaries and touched the lives of people around the world. Pope Tagle's efforts to foster interfaith dialogue were groundbreaking, creating bridges between different religions and cultures. He believed that through understanding and cooperation, humanity could overcome its greatest challenges. His initiatives brought together leaders from various faiths, promoting peace and mutual respect. He would be remembered as a pope who led with his heart, a pope who inspired millions to believe in the power of love and the promise of a brighter tomorrow. His humility and genuine concern for others were evident in every interaction. Whether he was meeting with world leaders or comforting a child, his compassion shone through. His leadership style was a refreshing change, focusing on empathy and understanding rather than authority and dogma. His journey had just begun, but the world watched with anticipation, carrying in their hearts the hope that he had ignited. The media coverage of his speeches and actions spread his message far and wide, inspiring countless individuals to take up the mantle of change. Families gathered around their televisions, feeling a renewed sense of purpose and optimism. His influence was not confined to the Church. It permeated society, encouraging a global movement towards compassion and justice. A hope for a more just and compassionate world, a world where love, not division, would light the way forward. Pope Tagle's vision was one of a future where humanity's shared values would triumph over its differences. He called for an end to conflicts and a beginning of a new era of understanding and cooperation. His legacy is a testament to the enduring power of hope and the belief that together we can create a world where everyone is valued and loved. Please subscribe to our channel History Documentary Hub for more insightful videos and intriguing content.